Anyway, hopefully this isn't very sad. This is our next long play on the bunch of 5 that I picked out. This is 4th in the list. Up after it will be, what was it called? Void Stranger. Sounds about right. But this one here is Dungeon Munchies. Real shot in the dark. I don't know much about this game, but I was inspired to play it because, hey, I really like Dungeon Meshi. And this seems to take on the same kind of concept of going around in an RPG dungeon, but cooking and eating what we find in there. That appeals to me, so let's give it a go. I'm under the impression it's not a particularly long game. Let's delete our test setup save and get going with Sous Chef. I'm under the impression that this is a bit of a meme game, but I think it's also Chinese developed, so a lot of it might fly right over my head. So welcome to Dungeon Survival. You're hungry. Special feeling grows inside zombies. Over time, don't take care of it. Organ failure, right. So we need to eat. Good, that's the whole premise here. Don't be like Matt, don't become a skeleton. But skeletons are cool. So we pick up a weird plastic bag with a face on it and not too much context to it. L2 for menuing. There's our wee baggie. Where'd it go? Here it is. Helps maintain freshness. Okay. I'm sure that makes sense in some context. Game's also teaching us that we can roll past dangers. These things, I know, will spike you if you touch them, so don't be doing that. I'm Megan, sharing survival experiences, creatures, zombies, healthy and delicious. This dungeon is full of creatures that discriminate against the undead. Get a weapon like a stick or something. Well, here's a stick. Let's grab it and get to town. They were dropping weird things there. Are those ingredients of sorts? I'm not sure I'm seeing them here, but maybe somewhere. Congratulations, very few zombies have made it. Okay, well this is hardly difficult so far. Debilitating hunger, protein-rich delicacy, the mozzies. I don't think we can call them that anymore. Is there something over there? No, okay. I'll be able to double jump, but later. Alright, so we grab sticks or something that we can throw. Maybe these are Deku nuts of sorts. I'd rather just smack them. So these must be the mozzies. And we can eat them, they said? Or I think he said don't eat them raw. But where do I see what I've picked up? Heavens knows, let's just proceed. Hey Jake, love your stream, says Spaghetti. Do you know if you're going to try the new RimWorld DLC? I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't think I will. I've played a lot of RimWorld, especially that 500% difficulty one that I did recently. So unless this DLC has something that makes me go truly wow, I don't think I'll be jumping into it. After all, I haven't seen much on the list that isn't just stuff that's already in mods. Right, you. I recognize your face from the game art here. Our friend Simmer here is going to give us cooking lessons. And she's doing that weird face pulled out thing that I'm sure is a meme from something and I don't know what. Alright, so we're gonna get your culinary arts. What? I did watch a Japanese streamer play a little bit of this. I couldn't really follow along what was happening, but gameplay-wise it seemed solid. Seems like doing this in English doesn't let me understand much more, but whatever, let's get cooking. With our Dio-looking pot. Okay. Says that enabled double jump, but did it really? Okay, no, we added it there and now we have it. Okay, how in the world did that work? Tree nuts, blade grass, sword? Do we... Ah, we smith things. Okay, didn't think it would be an almost survival crafter. Simmer told me find a pot, da-da-da-da-da. 8 mosquitoes, oh, there we go, the explosion stuff. Well, we've got double jump, staple in any Metroidvania. The tags for this game didn't mention Metroidvania, and I tend not to be too hot on my Metroidvanias, but we'll see where we go with this. Right, can I forge that sword thing? Okay. Wide swing, sharp blades, 10. Okay, probably better than just swinging a stick then. Can I still make sticks? Well, I might as well stick to the sword. Secondary melee weapon with a small branch, sure. So we can swing with that, or we can swing with this. I think I'd rather have my Deku nuts back. This is feeling very bizarre so far. I figured horrible bloodshed and terrible monstrosities that generate even more bloodshed would be something that Jake likes. It's not just about liking it. I've played a lot of RimWorld. It's kind of similar to the Dominions problem. Employee safety, if you die in the job, you'll come back at this trash bin. Okay. So these are our save states. They're like those bell things in Momodora, or what are they, the recharge stations in Metroid? Don't know, I've tried my best not to think about Metroid for a long time. Yeah, so Dominions 6 is out, and Dominions 6 is great, but I played a lot of Dominions 5, and Dominions 6 doesn't have enough of a wow factor to really make me want to invest another several hundred hours into it. I would change my tune entirely if the mod, the randomization mod, came back out for Dominions 6. But sadly that does not appear to be in development. It's a damn shame when you get a sequel and you can't do something that you could do in the prequel in it. Call it the Crusader Kings 3 problem. Or the, I don't know, any modern Paradox release problem. I almost want to play Victoria 3, except then I think about playing Victoria 3 and it suddenly stops feeling like a good idea. So there seems to be a lot more item crafty stuff going on in this than I'd expected. Everything seems to be dropping items that looks like they're going to be used either in cooking or in crafting. Now that I've grabbed these things, they're going to show up here as something that I can do or make. I can already make myself a different kind of sword. Well, that's a secondary. Wooden shield. Raise your shield. I will, but I need that station. Otherwise, there's my cookbook. So I could grill up the... Ah, I see. So it looks like you get this bar of 2, 4, 6, 7 different abilities that you can get out of all of these. This is what appealed to me. Looks a whole lot better than picking up your abilities in Super Metroid, a game that I didn't want to think about, but Fishlips was running Super Metroid Link to the Past Multi-World, and that just put the game on the mind, much as I don't like it. This is a big old pile of poo. It's the Ubisoft logo. Oh no, it's an ice cream, okay. I'll just leave you be there. The feeling of being completely done with a game is hard to undo. Yeah, it's certainly how I feel with Europa Universalis 4 and Frostpunk 1. Strategy camp, let's get oriented, rusty cart, magical creatures, magical powers. Thank you, Simmer. I didn't think I'd be playing as a zombie in this game. I thought I'd be playing as her. It's okay, we can always make her in Dragon's Dogma, right? That game comes out tomorrow. I don't intend on streaming it, but I do intend on playing it. I paid like 60 quid for that game. Painful costs. Alright, so I want to see what this fish thing's going to be doing for me. Thank you, Dio. It looks like it goes down to the bottom, but it doesn't until I select it here. There we go, but the movement speed is nice. Does that mean I can take them off of here? Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, I don't feel like I'm going faster. Ah, but that's in water. Go figure. And what are you? You are the quick travel, no doubt. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Simmer. Cute little shrine, automatic teleportation spell, shrines, other shrines. Just tears you to bits, we carry your bits and put you together. Well, can I see it in action? Boy, they weren't kidding about just tearing us to pieces. And this is a mobile smithing deck. What's created me to make weapons? There's nobody to make weapons for. Alright, help me out then. Although I already have all this stuff and don't need any more of it. I suppose I could make this. Cute wee daft animations. I'm finding it very hard to dislike this game so far. And of course now I can... Ooh, go full on dual wielding swords. Alright then, come and have a go. I'm not sure I quite understand my health bar up in the top left. I mean, sure, I understand it, how it works, but why is it a heart with a giant nose on it? What does the giant nose mean? Sort of has Dave the Diver vibes. I'm not quite sure this has the budget of Nexon behind it. But it does have that kind of funky and fun for the sake of fun feel to it, which I absolutely appreciate. Are you gonna stop falling and be grabbable? Good grief. Oh, maybe it's like Pinocchio and it's just lying about its health. Also, I seem to be gaining health over time. Is that because I've got a full belly? Or did I pick it off of the things that I kill? Oh boy, that is an awkward sounding electrical sound effect there. Alright, there we go. It seems like the things I'm picking up from the dead corpses are giving me health, so good to know. My instincts tell me that this is probably a Metroidvania, right? It wouldn't make sense not to be. There's all these abilities that we're picking up, so surely there'll be moments where I... Ooh, hang on, hang on. Sudden brainwave hitting me there. There was a jump earlier that I couldn't make. And it looked like I would be able to make it if I double jumped, so... let's go for it. Not sure if there's anything to really gain by murdering everything I come across. Although I seem to be getting weird light bulb things with faces on them. Everything seems to have a face here. These prickly characters have faces, my shopping bags have faces. My health, the light bulb, my zombie. Is there a map? Metroidvanias always have a map. A map, you say? Nothing here looks like a map, but it could be that we're still in Tutorialville and we are yet to get said map. But I'm all but certain there was a space that I could double jump across. Even the plants are alive, veganism is dead. My vegan friend was going on one of his usual tirades about veganism. And I think what he said, I haven't heard a good argument against veganism. Don't tell me that plants have feelings, because that's just rubbish. I didn't even mention anything about that. I think he's fighting a lot of invisible enemies. Oh. Came all the way back here for a jump that I can't do anyway. Unless there's some kind of like mid-air roll or roll out into a jump. Curses. Well, childhood Jake would probably spend an hour trying that jump, but I'm not childhood Jake. Also, when did I re-equip my Deku nuts? Hang on, we got something weird going on there. Grabbing my double sword again. What is this all about? Electrical counterattacks with snail meat. I'd eat a snail. In fact, I've eaten a snail before. I went to France twice, in fact. Many years ago, but I still went there. And I did eat escargot. So I'm guessing if something hits me, I just hit them back. And I do like the fact that our little zombie guy here is transforming. So he's got the snail back thing. And he's got his wee wings. A dagger to bleed people. A proper shield. Boy, you get these pretty fast, don't you? I do like making things bleed. Let's go for it. Splat. Ate butter and garlic and the snails were kinda present. I do seem to recall having them with butter and garlic and they were perfectly nice. Although that's a little unfair, butter and garlic will make anything nice. I am a little surprised that Dungeon Meshi wasn't made into some kind of game. Seems very well suited for it. Although the question would have to be, do you use the characters, the universe, or both? I'd be surprised if these trees care much about my electrical counterattack. That seems to work just fine. Do they care about bleed? Yes, the trees bleed to death. Sasuga game. You got anything else for me, Summer? I made a killing out of resurrecting overworked office workers. I think she just cut off her own head there. What a weirdo. Worth keeping in mind that there was one other thing that I could make out of these snails, so they were down here, right? Come and have a go. Yeah, interestingly, I don't even need to finish them off with this bleedy knife. It takes care of them for me. I'll grab my shield then and I'll go full main gouge of parrying. I did say that one thing that would bring me back to Dominion 6 is the hunger for it building up, and it is building. It's not the only hunger building. I could go for some Caesar 3 as well, but I haven't found any decent maps to play. Well, not any, but I want to get a bundle of them. Where's that smithing operation? Here we go, give me my fancy shield. So how does this all work? I can raise you up, you absorb a bit, and it seems that we smack people with it as well? Whatever you say, game. Shrimp shell, nice thick shell, makes great weapons. There's a lot of very speedy advancement here. There was a game I was playing recently that drowned you in upgrades and the like early on. But what was it? God, I love bleed status effect. I love status effects in general. So when I play Rune Factory 4, I like to go as the Plague Doctor build. Fill my weapon, usually a spear or fists with as many ill effects as I can. This looks like I can block the damage and give them my counter electric thing. Pretty cool premise. Hello, weird banana thing. Don't hesitate. Alright. This banana is filled with a sense of purpose and satisfaction. I don't mind, but... Do I have an ingredients list, though? I would have thought this bag would show me some sort of ingredient list, but it does not. And I've got all this, which I don't know what it is, and same with this. I don't know how long this game is. How long to beat, I think, gave me a very small number, something like 9 hours, but how often do we trust how long to beat around here? Too often is the answer. Don't let your morality hold you back. What a Jake thing to say. Well, we do have our weekly one-shot of... What is it? He's trying to remember. Can't remember the name. This war of mine, that's it. So probably a lack of morality is going to help there. Don't know how much eating people is involved in that game. I actually think the shield might out DPS my dagger, but it doesn't do bleed. Every weekly one-shot's a test of morality. Not a good day to die. At least we get to find out what happens then. I think we go back to our trash can. Seem to keep what we have, but did we keep the ingredients? Heavens knows. Might pick up that axe though. Next time we find a place to forge. Actually, we've got quick access to it. We'll just go for it. It was here. Roski says that it's a very tedious game. Well, good thing we've only got 7 hours for it. Are there multiple pages of weapons, or is this our lot? I wonder. Fling toad venom. That does sound good. Give me that. So many options, we're gonna have 2 at a time. What about the food delicious? Couple of seconds of attacking, 15 points of damage on your first attack with a claw. There's no good reason not to have all of these, I imagine. I've got 7 slots for them after all. Melee attacks give toad poison. Just give me all of them. Did that just put a gun inside the pot? Happy grass. Yeah, I think it puts a gun, a tent, some planty things. Alright, interesting choices. We can take 4 of these. Actually, you know what? I do not care about the water movement. We can turn that off, right? Bleh. Not so sure I care about the electric counterattack. Give me my health, move speed, more damage, poison, and if I have a spare slot anyway, we'll bring this on. And now we're probably going to look like a machine. Good God, what's happened to us? Well, we look beyond strange, but let's get on with it. Definitely feeling a whole lot more killy now, that's for sure. Yeah, not only that, we can get out of danger a whole lot faster. Alright, there we go. Probably going to be plenty of that. Dragon Fruit Farm. It's not an invitation. Entry is prohibited. It's a little lost on me what exactly we're trying to achieve here, or why we even died to begin with. But our zombie guy looks pretty happy as he is. Probably all that happy grass he had. Necrochef fears power, sends her pawns. Well, I'm not about any of that. I want that fruit. Give it to me. I know the feeling, big fine. Oh, okay, he was actually really swole. That's okay, I know how to handle you. Love games of good pixel art, and this one's certainly not disappointing. Okay. Got that funny kind of ridiculous going for it. The music is something else though. Something weird and very quiet. And yet loud at times, so I guess imbalanced. What is he doing? Well, dying, hopefully. Guess all the budget was spent on visuals and not audio. Is the music just very... The music was extremely low there. I could barely hear it. So yeah, the audio balancing across the game seems out of whack. Some tracks are so-so, some are too loud, and some are very quiet like that. Oh, thank goodness. Still a little lost on me what we're doing and why we're doing any of it, but we'll carry on. It's fun enough. Thing is, this is the game with everything cranked to 100%, although maybe it goes above 100%. Did I even check that? No, it just scrolls back down to 0. Alright, here we go. We saw some kind of empty menu slot for these things. LOHAS projects. LOHAS? I beg your pardon. A secret recipe. Then what are these? Even more secret recipes? Even godlier gods? Certainly want that guava juice. Passive healing seems pretty great, although it seems very early in the game to be grabbing passive healing. Community inspection, meet and greet. Magical creature cooking is a felony. There's a rich lore. Boiling water. Don't tempt me to play The Long Dark. Music was fine for me. Pretty much every boss is loud enough, says Ellipod. We'll see what happens when we come across the next one. Because yeah, that boss track was very understated. Oh my. Lore's only getting richer. She looks a bit alive there. I'm struggling to think of any games that have a real focus on cooking, like actually cooking, not just combining ingredients, pressing a button and huzzah, you've got your end part. Then again, it might be difficult to make a game about that that's fun. Usually the fun part from cooking is eating what you've cooked. I enjoy cooking in real life, but if I cooked and then couldn't eat what I've cooked, then it'd probably be miserable. Don't hear many chefs that talk about loving their jobs. I used to live with a guy that worked as a chef. What a strange game. Poison umbrella, too colourful, small spores as well, more things to cook with. But what do we have to cook? I'm left wondering if there are more pages than this. It seems like a very short amount of recipes. Then again, if each of them have gameplay effects, perhaps it's plenty. Repair, maintain water, ventilation, preservation. Is the whole place dead? Also, somebody drew something rather rude on that. Definitely a very strange game. Like, why does everything have faces on it? This isn't Mario. Also, let's not run our way through Area of Effect Deathville. That said, can I come back and cook any of that? No. I thought I was able to get some fruity berries or something off of the area that I passed by, though. I see no such thing. I'm gonna double back and check. Why does he have a scratcher taped to his forehead? No, he's got that weird oriental anti-curse thing that they put on the dead. I remember seeing that in rants as well. Well, I remember seeing it in a bunch of places. You telling me I don't get any of that fancy fruit for passive regen? I thought that's what I killed that boss for. Ah, there we go. Knew I was missing something. Give me that dragon fruit. But yeah, we've got a lot of weird things going for us due to what we've cooked up. Oh, but that was for green fruit. Dragon fruit gives me sword combo. Up and attack. Yeah, give me a piece of that. Instead of counterattack. Oh, God. Vomit look is disgusting. As for you, long reach, burn. Would I rather have long reach or wide swing? Give me long reach. Although, hold to recover magic, press, release, igniting. So I'll certainly try both. Hang on, I'm confused. Is this an attack? Yes, yes it is. Interesting, but what I want to use is this. There we go, get that repel stat going. Not actually so sure I want this weird spray thing, though. There we go. That way I can shield and spear. Implausible combo. Doesn't seem to work so well against these things. Although I've been using the controller the whole time, I'm gonna try you. I actually think this is better for control. There we go. Transitioning to mouse and keyboard. I like to play games with controllers when it's the better option, but that movement didn't feel right. Especially bouncing back and forward, although how do I use my shield? There we go. Okay, yeah, that does feel much better. Sorry for ever doubting you, mouse and keyboard. After you worked so well for me in Perfect Dark. There's something just so relaxing about sitting back with a controller. But if it's not better, then too bad. Longsword users. Yeah, no, especially in Monster Hunter. No time for longsword users. Staggering you no matter what you do. Here I am being a glorious hunting horn main Chad, trying to give everybody their buffs. Longsword user comes along and just slaps you. Oh no, I was setting up for my big attack, really? What's the best is when somebody actually has the mod that shows a breakdown of everybody's contribution in a fight. And even better if they post it publicly once the hunt is over. Lucky had that happen. He got posted up and he ranked in the bottom of the hunt. Permanent double jump. I don't understand. Of course I will concede now I don't know where my menu options are on keyboard. Tab. So, can I get rid of my mosquitoes then? I just don't have to eat them. Although... if I have permanent double jump, that probably means I can turn off my fried mosquito. Just vomit that out. Have you on for now? And yeah, there we go. Can still double jump. Wonderful. There's something strangely melancholic about the combat in this game, though. Hard to put my finger on it. It feels kind of filler. Periodically admit to some toxic sport. Yeah, get me in on that. Kind of like the gameplay is just there to deliver the rest of the game, rather than the other way around. Aim at enemies, burn them with firefly. Yes. Laser attack, please. Enough of the shieldy nonsense. And magic does slowly regenerate without it, but we're looking like an outright monster now. It just clicked what bugged me about this. It's Terraria-esque. Terraria-esque. Now, I was never a big fan of Terraria. You were gonna have to elaborate on that for me. That said, I'd sooner be playing this than Terraria. I played that game when it came out as well. I know I had a miserable time playing the weekly one-shot challenge I had for the game, but that was not my first experience with Terraria. When did Terraria come out anyway? Seem to recall playing it in university. Get out of here. The combat looks like Terraria combat feels. I haven't played this, so it might not be that way at all. I don't think that's unfair. I always thought Terraria combat feels really bad because there's no heft to anything that you do. Just feels like you're waving paper fans at everything. Okay, so these must be the recipe things. No secrets just lying around. Let's have a look at you then, shall we? Well, I've clearly missed one, but that's no big deal. I don't tend to go for 100% in games I play unless I call it the perfect something. But this is no perfect cookbook run. Although I don't think the very melancholic music is helping out much here either. Looks like Starbound. I have no experience with Starbound. Couldn't judge. Oh boy. Am I gonna have to ride the acid up there? Nope, I just need to jump better. Yeah, what was Starbound's story then? What was that game in a nutshell? Most of the games I call perfect uninstaller are the best parts. Shrimp pancake. Generates a small water shield. Ooh, now that sounds very nice. Give me that. I'm gonna get to the point where there are a lot of different things that I want and I'm gonna have to triage them, huh? Small explosion on every attack. Yes. Starbound was a crummier Terraria. That does not sound good. Alright, get out of it, toad poison. I certainly want my health and my movement speed. And I'm not using a sword, so that can go away. Give me my shield. Give me my recovery. Give me my explosions. And yeah, well, I'll keep 2 wild cards. I know it weakens me a bit, but it makes it easier to think what to add later on. Oh, there's my projectile blocker. We're Vampire Survivor-esque now. Crabs. Wrong about everything seeming very sentient around here. I already got my Firefly Lantern, that's all I want right now. For now. Why is this in red? Is it because that's where we found the boss? Or is it to indicate that I missed something? Yeah, I don't know, I'm not too interested in talking to him forever. Came to grab more of these fruits. Although it's nice that he does not just talk my ear off about anime. Hang on, was there a teleporter area around here? No. I just got here, I see an anime girl with speech. Are you playing a dating game? As best I understand, this is not a game with dating elements, but I don't understand much about it. Oh, hang on, this is a one-way trip? Oh, dearie me. Alright, come on, overly happy zombie, let's get out of here. guess picking up all the different ingredients is to incentivize you not to just rush through everything and dodge everyone, because it's not like we're picking up experience off of them. Alright, there we go. Let's get back to where we were. There's an option to refight the boss in the settings. There's no reward, it's just a flex. Yeah, I saw this reset boss fights thing. Maybe try that later on. Yet another sentient being. Hello, carrot. Best stems. Cowardly zombie soldier, keep your dirty undead hands away from... I don't like your attitude here. She wasn't kidding though, everything's gone sentient here. Humans used to take care of us. They'd put us in bags so we don't get bitten by bugs. Aww. It's weird, but I have such a hard time hating this game. Somebody talking about how they only eat green bananas, and if anything isn't green anymore, oh, they wouldn't dare eat the thing. Ugh. Green bananas are not so great. Nothing against you, I'm trying to develop mature aura. At least he's not out watching anime in public. Kamidori Longplay 3 years ago was close to the play dating simulator. Kamidori 3 years ago. Amayui was only 1 year ago, right? Maybe 2. Yeah, probably 2, right? I don't think I was in Hungary when I did Amayui. Now hang on, I might have gotten crab pincers there, but aren't you going to drop me some crab meat? Crab essence, perhaps? And crab body? So much crab to be had. Early on I had the horrible experience of eating crab stick. Put me off crab for a long time. On reflection, I'm not convinced there's any actual crab in crab meat. Crab stick, rather. It's just a vile concoction. Some of those plants have extra dialogue if you keep bothering them. I don't tend to go for that in the game. Unless I'm really interested in what they have to say, I'm not so sure I'm that interested in these plant things. I'm more interested in why we're here. Why is any of this happening? Feels good being able to poke things from a distance when they hit me with area of effect attacks like that. Give me your essence. There we go. Delicious broth-like liquid. Delicious, you say. Double crab boil from 2 pincers. The damage of every second strike goes up when using different melee. Oh, I don't do different. Watery vortex. Yes. Of course, in the end, we should probably just cook up everything that we find here. Crab stick is not actual crab, it's usually just other fish. Yeah, all mulched together and pressed out in that disgusting rubbery stick. alright. No to second strikes. So there's some secret soup pot that I didn't get my hands on. And I've also yet to find a green fruit. Although I thought I killed plenty of these trees. Mysterious. There's also that stir-fried crab, but I need more crabs dead. How about all of this? Primary. Crab spear, crab shield. I like my weird firefly lantern thing. Keep it going with the shield. The spear rather, it's doing me good. Not having to get too close to something, always a bonus. So you say hot dogs, they're not really that hot, or even dogs. Oof. I haven't had a hot dog in a long, long time. I'm happy to keep it that way. Can I just ignore you? Ah, that would have been good. Alright, what's your story? The music can actually be heard this time, which is nice. I thought Clifford was a giant red dog. Don't know why they do the Zawarudo move on me though. My last legs here. Just noticed the wee face on the elevator. What a cute game. See, if you want to be cute, just put a face on everything. Oh, gutted. Alright, come and have a go. I know your moves now. Yeah, I'm wondering about that screen shake. I also think it's quite off-putting. Most games these days put in an option to disable it. Wait, what? What just happened there? Oh, this is a fun little thing I found. If you just hover over this, it instantly turns the language to Chinese. Don't even press anything, just hover over language and... Oh, you want to play in Chinese, right? No, no I do not. Huh, no option for screen shake. Oh well, doesn't bother me that much. I know it bothers other people, but I'm not other people. Okay, I'm managing to do considerably worse on my second shot. I hadn't really thought too much about the screen shakes until you noticed it. Now I can't unsee it. Really, you didn't notice it? It's everywhere, though. It's on every hit. I'm probably going to get that YouTube notification that says, "Oh, it looks like you didn't hold your camera steady during this video." Don't worry, we'll help you. First got that on... Oh boy, that's not good so hot. I first got that on ActRaiser 2, actually. If you recall the volcano stage, which constantly shakes the whole time. Thanks to that, it told me, hey, we can help steady your hand. Something I tend to appreciate in games. You don't take damage from simply touching an enemy. On the other hand, I've got this aura that hurts, so it's actually really good for me to just stay inside an enemy like this. Gal panics. It's a shame nobody else picked that game up to play it. I would have liked to see it handled by a pro. Although I forget, did Timmy actually end up playing that? Timmy was the mad lad that brought that game to the channel. What is this? Well, it's a bad time to forget my ability to just dodge. How strange. Not quite a dog. Oh, okay, so I knew it was a dog's name. Thank you, achievement pop-up. This feels like it's making no sense. Maybe it makes more sense in Chinese. I get someone like Mordcal to run it. For example, I still don't really know what Lohas means. I wonder if this is an indication of the whole game then. If that's the case, then we're about a quarter of the way through it. How strange. At least it's not a gacha game. I don't think I've ever played a gacha game. I should eventually. I like to think I could try most games out there. But wouldn't a gacha game be painful on the wallet? Almost definitely, right? Spider butt. Well, if I must. I'd have no problem eating spiders. Force surgery. But do I actually have... Yeah, I've got little extra arms coming out of my sides, don't I? Well, that is something. It really is Super Metroidy now. Now, when are these damn trees going to drop me that fruit? I have tried and failed many a time to grab the green fruit. Maybe it's a rare drop, or maybe you have to hit them with a certain kind of attack. Could I just... There we go. Take the damage and get out. Oh, I could have just gone this way. Too clever for my own good. Seeing all this verticality in a level kind of makes a man want to play Super Meat Boy. I did see a weekly one-shot challenge for Super Meat Boy. Been quite a while since I ran that on the channel. Great game, though. That was such a golden time for indie games on Steam. Wooden water gun, some kid's toy, what? It's kind of weird. What's the heart thing anyway? My achy breaky heart just gives max health. I see. Not sure what good shooting slimy juice is going to do, but we can check it out. Not really, it's a spammy time for indie games on Steam. What, you mean currently? Or back then? There were far fewer games on Steam back then. Once upon a time there was nothing but Valve's games on Steam. Also, Steam sucked. Then again, PC gaming as a whole sucked. I think it was C-Space mentioning games from Windows Live the other day. Please don't remind me of those times. Surely I would just want extra damage output. Give it to me. Thank you, Diopot. That's weird. Sometimes it comes down here, and sometimes the animation plays and it doesn't end up on my quick bar. I'm at a loss for an explanation, but maybe I don't need to explain it. Laser staff, powerful burst of light, penetrating walls. I'll give it a go. Enough of this spearing nonsense. And what does this water gun even do? did it go? Interesting that this weapon is silent, though. Feels like it's not meant to be. This is very weird. This does not feel right. Why is this weapon completely silent? Kind of off-putting in a way. Go. Easy to forget, I've only been playing for an hour and the gameplay seems to have just jumped in every direction. Certainly feels a lot less concise than something like Super Metroid. Although I don't want that to sound in any way like saying that I enjoy Super Metroid. I can't stand Super Metroid. Water sprite cores, they're just clams. I'll go for some clams. Maybe we want to transition to a new area. This beam thing's actually going to make some noise. Many engineers and mages work to the bone, put together a Stargate. I don't understand. Nothing makes sense, Simmer. Dagger attacks doing huge damage. Well, I don't use a dagger. Sword combo. Axe and hatchets. All these extra things that don't affect my weirdly silent magical beam, but the magical beam seems pretty damn good. And attacking through walls is going to be a nice bonus. The game's music just seems to sort of exist without much of anything to it. You're not wrong there. Poisons enemies, 200 damage, 10, that is rather nice. Shielding, clamshells. Give me back my spearing. Spear and gun, fine combo, but then I can actually grab something here that synergizes with spear. Axe, hatchets, daggers. Here we go, spear damage. Give it to me. At the cost of what, though? I like my watery wave. And just vomit that out. Glug down the bottle. It's nice that they give you this thing to test out your DPS, though. Always a nice addition. It was a great thing to see in, for example, Monster Hunter. Where they just put up this massive tree trunk or something similar that you could just wail on. Test out all your best hunting horn techniques. Why would you not use the hunting horn? Oh, hello. Ah, that's all you've got for me. Usually the Grim Reaper is a great person to chat to in these games, but you're not even animated there. What a world to live in. Almost no manga or anime remains. But the other guy mentioned being given some DVDs. A lot of enemies that love to just teleport around you. It's quite nice that enemies use the abilities that their food gives you, or perhaps it'd be more accurate to put it the other way around. A little crabby friend there having his own water thingamajigger around him that I'm currently using. Worked really well against Clifford when I could just stay inside him and keep hurting him. What have we here? I haven't seen you yet, I think, but I'm certain I saw you on the Steam store. That must be Emma there, and that's Simmer. What could it all mean? About the guava, apparently some of them grow fruit if you just leave them for a bit. Even just staring at them on the screen for several seconds. Well, if I come across another tree I can try it out. That, or if I find a warp platform thing. Looking forward to getting something other than my smoke so I don't have that daft look on my face the whole time. And smoke constantly spewing out of my mouth. What exactly are these recipe books doing? Or are these just story gubbins? I've certainly not been finding lost recipes, so maybe there are plenty of places that I've been failing to explore. That sounds about right for me. Also, I don't tend to read all the stuff that appears inside a game. I figure you have eyes and the capability of reading. I do, however, always read it myself, so I'm generally going through at the rate at which I read. I'm often criticized at my ability for reading, so use that as a benchmark. Permanent oh, hello. Can I rebind that? Oh, okay, thanks for, again, switching over to Chinese. Yeah, how about we do that? Did I just none everything? I think I did. Somehow. Oh, now I can't even move. What? Oh. Okay. We're gonna work now? There we go. Yeah, the options menu has a few issues with it seems. Activate the traps. Don't want to fight grumpy looking potato. Interesting configuration scheme, the one that resets everything, yeah. The options leave the options and the music certainly leave stuff to be desired. In fact, come to think of it, plenty things in this game leave a lot to be desired, including the gameplay. There's this whole jumping around and attacking things, not very engaging really. But the game does look really good. Certainly can't begrudge it that. Then again, if that's as far as the compliments go, it looks good. It can't be that great. Right, what have we got here? Soy milk. That max HP looks worth it regardless. Also just noticed this light bulb thing. So do I need light bulb power to make these? I'm hardly shy on it. Bow damage. We also got ourselves a stir-fried crab with a jet of water. I'll pass on all of these. What I have currently is rather nice. Although you are strictly better than the grilled shrimp, I don't use axe or hatchet. And I like my water shield. Nah, we're good where we are. Yeah, you know what? I will take you. That is stupid. I'll take it. Fried durian puffs. High calorie, high fat. Good for high blood pressure. That doesn't sound accurate. But I've never eaten durian. I'd really like to eat one day. I've been told how they look and smell like rotting meat. Well, maybe not look. I'm thinking about that parasitic plant. But I've been told they smell really bad. So I'd want to try one. Does that mean I can make it, though? Not seeing my durian puffs here. Also feels like there should be another page to this. Ah, here are durian puffs, right, but we need the durian. Damage output, 30% melee attacks executed while falling. Seems a little too niche for me. Oh yeah, generally speaking, I'll eat anything. Hard to find a good bowl of rice in this day and age. What a plebeian cereal. Labor intensive too. The Asians should have just settled a better tile. They smell like wet, sweaty socks that have gone moldy. I've never tried them though. How could you find something that smells like that and not at least be morbidly curious to eat it? I mean, okay, you're not going to eat a sock that looks and smells like that, but it's obviously not a sock. It's also funny that Sick Sock would be the one telling us that. Alright. Really can't stick my neck out for a leader that doesn't care about the lives of plants. You don't have a neck, Potato Head. Thank you, Potato Man. What about you, small looking... Wait, what? Water. Do watermelons grow on trees? No, they don't. Had to visualize a patch in my head. Right, so these things apparently grow the fruits that I'm after. Apparently. Where are we looking at for that? Here, green fruit comes from these trees. It looks like those trees. But when do they get the fruit? Do I have to awaken them? Gonna give you 5 seconds so I can grab a drink and then consider what to do with you. In high school, some friends and I opened up a durian in the cafeteria. Security kicked us out. Your school had security? What a strange concept. Canadian. Well, that sounds even stranger. I'm just wondering, is this gun even doing anything to you? This whole area is giving me the vibes of that Celeste part with all the ruined city. Man, Celeste was cool. Another game that I'm completely done with though. When Celeste had its new content come out, I felt no drive to play it. 100%ed Celeste, well, 99 I guess. I did not get all the golden strawberries, those things were madness. Those required you to Iron Man the entire areas. I think I did 1 or 2 of them, and then realized that life is too short. I even Iron Man Super Meat Boy, but I was not gonna Iron Man Celeste. And I love me my platformers. So, if I go back to training camp, I don't know if anybody's got an explanation as to how I get these fruits out of these trees. Also, where are those trees? Yeah, these guys. When are they gonna give me their fruits? Because every time I come across these guys, they just drop wood for me. Sword combo, dagger bleed, bow stuff. Yeah, never mind. American cafeteria food's completely terrible. I visited my school that I went to 20 years ago. The cafeteria hasn't changed. Well, why change what works? Doesn't have to work good. But yes, I similarly recall school dinners being just terrible. Primary melee weapon, wide swing, charge attack. I'm really rather fond of my spear. I'll hold on to it for now. Also, what the heck are you? Oh, hey! You were the guy that had the ice cream that I thought was poop earlier. Produce is meant to be eaten. Your mischievous work of some insane magic. It's the right of the living to eat. This game feels so bizarre and kind of melancholic to play. I feel like we talked about it on stream before, but I can't recall. Did you try Noita? Noita was a weekly one-shot about 2 years ago, I think. And I enjoyed it quite a lot. And after I did that run, I played more Noita in my own time. And I really discovered just how wide open that game really gets. Ooh, friendly fairies, yes. Love having NPC counterparts. Come to me, compatriots from Crispy Land Shrimp. And I will sacrifice my... I'll get rid of this water shield. Surely the fairies can be my water shield. Cast a magic circle at the target. 40 damage, 40 mana, 9... yeah, nah. A little turned off with the magic in this game so far. Hey, there's our friend the durian. There we go. Compared to other ingredients, this actually smells okay, says... Where am I even going to find a durian? I don't see it around here, that's for sure. Here in Hungary. And I've got a very nice market nearby. So I can grab all the delicious fresh fruit and veg and whatnot that I'm after. Generally just shop for things on the day that I want or need them, which feels great. Pappy panna cotta. Tell me more. Maybe don't? Ah, here we go. Who would need such a thing? The wiki just says that trees sometimes spawn guava fruit and will grow them after an unspecified amount of time. Good old wikis. That's why I often like to verify my own info in a game. Certainly don't trust a wiki, especially not a fandom wiki. Why everyone and their brother has moved over to fandom for their wiki needs, I will never know. Does Paradox still own their own wikis? They didn't. Actually, a fan put them together, and then they hired that fan. And I think eventually Paradox just took over the wikis. I think. I could be wrong on that. What is the meaning of that face pulled out? I know it from Are You Frustrated, but perhaps it goes deeper than that. Maybe we should have been playing as Simmer instead of some weird zombie that doesn't even speak. Missed opportunity, I think. Oh yeah, Paradox is keen to burn a lot of sentiment for money right now. But at least their games remain very moddable. And they got those wikis. Really good wikis, yeah. The amount of times I've referred to the Paradox wiki for info. And not once have I contributed to it. Still after that green food that just doesn't come around. Occasionally drop a maximum of 1 healing guavas when attacked. I'm gonna try once again to get that green fruit then. Oh right, my fairies are actively attacking them. Well, seems like nobody knows how to get their hands on that green fruit. What was that game Mordcal was playing last night? Was it Fields of Glory? Kinda gave me the itch to play a grand strategy game again. Don't know which one though, and be going back to EU4. Durian Shield and Axe. No, I'm still very happy with my Water Spear. However, it looks like I can get a considerably better spear once I get some redwood and antelope. So bring it on. Dominions. Oh, I would love to really start getting into Dom 6, and I will admit the Dominion's hunger is building, but I really want the randomization mod working again. Random Bless Gen and Nation Gen. I just find that it adds so much new life to the game. The trouble with all the races in Dominions right now is that, well, they've just brought all the same ones from 5 into 6. They added a few new ones, but that's not enough. I want some lovely randomly generated ones. What? Turbine Sphincter. We say permanent air dash, but when did I ever not have air dash? Game is still very strange. Blood Lotus Tea. Every percentage of hit point lost increases the... Oh, yes. Glass cannon build. Meticulously studied your jump distance, created spike traps perfect for impaling you. Well, that doesn't seem like a problem. Also, I can just normally jump over it anyway. Down you go, Bulldrome. Also give me your meat. Finally, some normal meat. Well, I could go for some normal meat. I can just tank that and run in here. Okay, so we got the Blood Lotus, but what else did we need with that? Because it sounded awesome. Honey. Love honey. And again, it's so readily available around here. Local honey on top of that. Oh man, the animations are great in this game. Also, I wanted your honey. Are you going to die for me again? No, hopefully there are more of them though. Glass bottle, don't put these where they're not supposed to go. Now that is a Rancid reference. Well, I'm assuming that it is. Why else would they mention it? What could one man do with one jar? Absolutely want that honey, actually, so I'm going to come out and in. Yeah, I'm thinking about that jump from the very start of the game that I was humming and hoeing about. Could probably go and just clear that with ease, and I think I will. I need to teleport back and make myself my blood food anyway. Bump up that DPS. First off, back to here. Oh, crumbs. Another blood lotus. What else do we have here, though? Dashing into enemies does melee damage and knocks away projectile. Ooh, I like that. Do like dashing. Yes. Also give our poor zombie some actual meat. What will we get rid of, though? I really didn't want to lose that max health. Five wasps follow me. Yeah, will that go together with my little fairies? Certainly have that. I'll get rid of this little cutlet bonus. But now I want you. I think I'd even get rid of my crab shell for it. But where was that blood lotus? Was it before or after here? I think it was just after here. Can you explain the jar joke? It's not a joke. And I don't want to explain it. I like to keep my streams nice and PG-13, and there is nothing PG or 13 about seeing what one man does with one jar. Hang on, wasn't the blood lotus over here? No, but it was up and around somewhere else. There we go. Feeling obscenely overpowered at this point. This is the kind of upgrades that would be stretched over a few hour period. Perhaps longer in something like Metroid. Release mosquitoes. Enemies are poisoned when bitten, inflicting damage. Yes. Oh, but I need even more blood lotus. I like the idea of that, though. Give me that. Alright, that's good. The only downside, I suppose, is that I need yet another Blood Lotus. I'll go and get it. Yeah, there was that lovely time in relatively early internet where just gross out was the name of the game. Grim times. I feel so unbelievably kitted out now, I'm left wondering what the game could reasonably throw at me. Because it does not seem to have much of a focus on any one thing. The combat's just there, the platforming's just there, the music's just there. The visuals are gorgeous though, absolutely cannot complain about the visuals. And even this cooking system just is loaded on us. What, have we been playing for under 2 hours? And we've gotten all these different things already. That said, I do want that, so goodbye water. Hello glass cannon. That's the same old out of you. Where's that jump at? Feels like a Vorion once I have proper carriers set up. Just have all the fighters do the work for me. Ah, Vorion. Hey, live stream again. Been a minute. Stupid time zones. Actually, I was off for a week. Had a bunch of real life stuff to take care of, but I took care of it. Well, largely took care of it. Am I going back too far? Definitely, I'm all the way to... Oh, no, it was right here. Excellent, okay. Where's my... There we go, 1 and 2 and up. Hang on, I feel like I'm jumping higher than before. Yeah, I wasn't able to do that jump. Okay, so what is this mysterious location? Ooh, we saw you before. For a recipe. What recipe? I'm sure something named Jimbo's weird pot thing. It's not showing up here. Oh, no, here it is. Secrete a trail of electronic mucus, inflicting 8 points of damage to enemies. Ooh. Do I want to? When would I want to? Well, I suppose I can't not make it. Yeah, that's part of it too, Jake. I'm in GMT -10. My time zone is a killer for actually watching you live lately. GMT -10. Don't hear that often. Or at all. Oh damn, I picked up the nuts and it defaulted to that again. Please no, give me back my beloved jar. Do I want to try this? What would I sacrifice for it? Don't really want to get rid of any of these. But I do want to see it in action. Guess I can get rid of my temp healing. Looks kind of lame, but it lasts quite a long time. give it a go, but if it's not doing its work, then it shall be replaced. Just do feel monstrously overpowered, though. Perhaps the real way to play this is no upgrades. The food missing in the third row is the spear upgrade, as I recall, says Elipod. This right here. Weapons are bigger, and spear damage is increased by 10%. I'm not... Whoa, hold on. Does the game not pause when I do that? Surprising. Alright, so all this electricity that I'm putting down is doing a fat lot of nothing, so I'll be sure to replace that. Strange, I went out of my way to get that and it did a whole lot of not much for me. Taking damage is no big deal. After all, we do more damage the more damage we've taken. That said, we still do need to stay alive. Yeah, Helipod, if you know how to get those green fruits, I'd love to hear it, because that's evading me very handily in this game. I think I'm feeling the lack of that healing on hit, though. Humans disappeared, lights broke one by one, thrown into darkness. But someone came and fixed. So what happened to all the humans? I'm a little invested in finding out. They've got a functioning tractor. Don't know how we've got the sentient ice cream cone thing here, though. Well, a lot of this game isn't making much sense. Right, electricity seems to be working. I guess I meant to ride this train. 3, 2, 1, and... Ooh. Oh, okay, maybe not. No, perhaps what I meant to do is completely avoid the train rather than ride on it. only confused me. But I should go back to somewhere that I can cook. Still enjoying it, Jake? I don't know, Franco. It's interesting enough that I want to see this whole game through, but enjoying? That's a tough one. Feels very melancholic to play, which I'm sure is the description that I used for it before, but it still stands true. Right, what did I say I wanted rid of? Yeah, this jar is doing a whole lot of not much for me. Where's the defense booster? There was something that makes me super swole the more I get hurt. And since that's what I'm doing a lot of, I should get my hands on it. Here we go, defense. Lower your health is. Give it to me. Feeling all the better because that was a hidden recipe as well. So many books available here and we've only got 5. How big is this game? Remains a mystery to me. Sphincter blaster still showing there. Well, we've explored 16%. It's probably a good indicator. What was that? Oh, you! I wanted you for something. Although I did manage to forget what. Electric antelope meat. Doubles as a taser. That works for me. There we go. Yeah, with all the abilities we've been given, the movement feels almost insultingly easy. Enough to tell me that the focus isn't really on the platforming, but then I'm left wondering where the focus is in this game. Powdery snack. Ah, we did get the cocoa leaves. What's your story then? Melee weapon attack speed. Yes. Definitely running out of upgrades that I'm willing to drop though. I like my little fairy friends, and I like my dash. But I don't think I use the dash enough to justify it, so I guess I'd do away with the dash attack. So what are you meant to be, says Safid? Yeah, I guess looking at this character, there's no real indication of what we are, but we are a zombie. We just started out very basic, and then all the different ingredients and weapons that we grab show up on our character. But it does make us look like a visual mess of a being. Simmer's camp isn't here, nothing to inspect. Okay. There's a whole lot of not camp stuff here. Yeah, well, even when I don't attack, all my other little guys are doing so much for me. Heavy sturdy shield. I was turned off of shields earlier. I'll stick to my glass bottles, thanks. You're a walking pile of garbage. Not too unfair since we are a zombie. And we heal up and respawn from a garbage bin. Easy money. And a back down into a much more agreeable health. And away we go again. But my DPS! Super double crab boil. Again, feels like we found so few out of so many here. The world must be much larger than I figured if we're only 20% of the way through here. Super double crab boil increases the effect of double crab boil every once in a while. What was the regular double crab boil? Here we go. Every sec. Okay, so I guess if you go dual wielding melee weapons, you're going to do incredible damage with those two things. But I don't. Yeah, I could go for some real good seafood. Options here in Sea of Folk aren't tremendously good. Oh right, Grill is that fiery being that tries and fails to stop us, aren't they? But where did all the people go? That's what I want to know. I was all ready to say, so as best I understand it, blah blah blah, but I clearly don't understand anything that's going on here. Just want to grill and keep moving. Tea fairies are cute, shy creatures, moving tea bushes. I wonder if there are any stories that don't have conflict. Maybe that's why this game came up as mature rated when I punched it into Twitch. Axe hatchet damage, mana recovery. That'd actually be really good if you went full on mana. 3 charges, bolt of lightning, strike the next arrow. Does that mean we've filled up the recipe page already? That can't be right. That's why I think there'd surely be another page to this. But I don't see one. I do, however, see a good reason to grab 50% more spear damage. Scythe for interns. Alright, well, give me my antelope. Feels like the spears are getting longer, although it could be my imagination. Man versus man, man versus self, man versus nature, man versus God. Always some kind of obstacle in the story, unless you're James Joyce. Don't know who James Joyce is. But maybe, somewhere, there's a story without conflict. Hard hat. Alright, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a lot of pain straight away. Wait, you've got a gun? This seems a whole lot more advanced than the literal pea shooter that I had earlier. My soy peas. And credit once again to the audio balancing. Now we're way too loud. We will survive. Now, I'm not musically inclined, so I don't have a good vocabulary to work with, but I feel like there's a certain lack of presence to the music in this game. How did I get all my health back? What a bizarre fight. About healing? Clearing some boss stages gives you insight heals. Instant, I assume. I think I was fine anyway. I had high defense due to low HP anyway. The whole game is quite bizarre. I'm wondering if I'm missing something vital here, or it's just how the game is. But hey, this is just the precursor before another bizarre game. Void Stranger is what we're running after this, and that also looks bizarre. Not later today, I mean once we're done with this long play. Although the jury's still out on how long exactly this game is. Biostorage. Skeletons. Possibly human skeletons. Summons skeletons. Okay, now we're dominions. You can use a scythe to summon your very own minions to do your work. Yes. Are these words coming from Simmer? I'm confident that as a super talented boss with equally talented employees, I can do anything. Yeah, she's talking about a weird Stargate thing again. Okay, how do I get necromancing? Well, first I need to smith it. Very well. Did I fight all of these? I don't recall fighting big axe-wielding minotaur thing. They got the mating ones there. Everyone else I think I fought. I've never worked in a place that had an Employee of the Month award before. Maybe that's a colonial thing. Usually if something seems weird and I haven't seen it before, that's the case. Alright, give me my scythe. Harvesting the soul shards of dead enemies. How effective is this actually? It's certainly fast hitting, but low range. But I'm keen to see how I summon the skellies. Also, it's not a spear, so my spear boosters aren't going to be all that hot, are they? Yeah, perhaps we can vomit that up for a wee bit. Yeah, this dashing just ain't working for me anymore. What would work, though, is boosting my health. That way I've got more health to gain the boosts out of. And what's going to work well with scything? I'm actually keen to check out this mutton hot pot. You can dual wield skeleton and mantis scythes. Dual wielding but then I'd lose my Jarate. Might be onto something though. Just go full on heavy melee. There's a Gorgon axe here. Where's the mantis scythe? There's Durian. Gorgon axe. Now we're going, oh well, here we go, mantis scythe. 2 manti. Wait, is this a main weapon? No! That actually might work with a pretty nice synergy from the alternating attacks. with the crabby thing. Where'd the crab go? The damage every second strike, 50% when using different melee attacks. If I grab that... Okay, if I chuck that away and I chuck... sorry, fairies. Away you go. Grab you and grab you. I should be some obscene damage machine here. Is that even working? Kind of stops registering after a while. Well, we'll see how this works. Very short-ranged. Violently torn apart. Magical barrier. What could it all mean? Simmer, explain yourself. Also, what's with the outfit? Storing plants and animals. You were fighting Lord Protector. Destroy the things. You're not helping me out here. Ooh. So this game's taking a sudden turn, because I would like that. Looking awfully grotesque now, though. It reminds me of Carrion, the game. Okay. Go, my skeletons, go! Oh, I've only got one skeleton. I'd rather like more. There we go. My skeletons don't seem to have any kind of health bar, though. Are they just ethereally attacking forever? That would make no sense. I should remind you of Spooky from Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Always a nice thing to be reminded of. Do love Spooky. I replayed that game for a wee bit not that long ago. Don't know why, I just saw it on my list and thought, you know what, I fancy giving it another go. Oh, that's right, it had a re-release. I think a HD remaster to fix a lot of the bugs in the original game. There were a lot of cases of getting stuck on geometry, for example, in the original. Also, I think there was some kind of legal dispute about the naming. Calling it the House of Jump Scares was a problem, so they had to call it Jump Scare Mansion, or vice versa. Point remains, awesome game. And a legitimately spooky game. You don't think it's going to be spooky, and then it spooks you. Which is the best way to get spooked. Are my little ethereal things taking damage from the spikes there? I don't know. Level 5, Biohazard. Terminated on sight with contact. Alright, well, we don't care, we're a zombie. Let's have at. A mean fish? Ooh, oh gosh. Summons have health, but you resummon and heal them by collecting souls. Makes them less efficient at boss fights. Surely not a problem. Although at this rate, maybe what I need is healing for myself. No, that's okay. We get stronger the more damage we take. Like TF2 Soldier when using his pickaxe thing. I'm a researcher. I'm Rob. Weeks. The internet went down and I've not been fun posting. I think that's what would hit a lot of people around here. I'll make this my blog. Ah. Bioprinters, Stargate projects, 9 to 5. Play with newly cloned kitties and puppies. That does sound pretty cool. Military trucks. Wreaking havoc. The day the internet died. Could be a blessing at this point. Certainly put me out of business though. I'd have to become, I don't know, a real life bard. Those monsters are one of the reasons this wretched place will eventually destroy itself. Ah yes, just get up and leave. Streams would have to be done at LANs or on giant screens in venues. I think it's pretty implausible, the idea of the internet just dying, though. What could kill it? The text uses an annoying font. What does Chinese text have an equivalent to Comic Sans? Also, I have got a veritable army on my side here. That's Japanese, says Glowing Boar. I'm quite convinced it was Chinese. I'll double back and check if you want. Well, now I want. The sun left. The earth became... Oh, I guess why you called I dump. You're information dumping. The world is cold. Intelligent people created an underground city. Exploration team. Nice to see everyone be so productive. Oh, and you're there too, iDump. Head to the new world with their warm new sun. I am 98% sure that that's Chinese. Sun moved away from the epileptic plane at a rate of da-da-da. Very cool. Over the last billion years, I've watched you evolve and grow. Life forms, encountering humans, intelligence. I'm gonna leave. I enjoy the feeling of having my own planet spin around me. I think it's time to leave my comfort zone and have new experiences. Why do I have self-awareness as a star? Why aren't my planets self-aware? I understand that when I leave, all life on Earth will die, but as I say, all the world is a stage. Okay, this game's suddenly getting a lot better with a sudden turn. I'm liking this. Proactively contacted life forms, so I'm doing this because I really like you. Don't worry, it's not you, it's me. I'll start moving, starting today. Don't be afraid to enjoy the remainder of your lives. Don't spend spaceships, don't try to contact me, I'll burn them. What a cool star we have. Explains all the snow here. Doesn't explain how it was so normal underground, though. Who are all these people? Well, there's the Protector, there's Simmer. Is that meant to be us? Who is that? What is that? Maybe it was you? Warm sunlight, normal vegetables, All sorts of new games. Oh, maybe... well, God knows. Commuting in the rain at 120 kilometers per hour while listening to Jake. It's very soothing, says Aether. I'll have to take your word for it. I don't do that. I don't commute. I don't travel 120. I do occasionally listen to my own streams, though. After all, I end up making the content that I want to consume myself. I've certainly watched that knife-only run of Resident Evil 3 plenty of times. Strike while the iron is hot. Pack bags, let's go. If it's just cut wires, I'm quite certain even I could put that back together. Fisher guy still fishing? What's his story? Once again, got visual contact, 5 seconds, severed, power, vibrations... Tear in space, immense destruction, Stargate must be suspended. Kinda like these stories of everything's falling apart, so we gotta do what we can to persist. Maybe that's why Frostpunk spoke to me so much. I also remember a very old, I think it was a Flash game, where, what was it? The whole world's dying. There's some kind of disease affecting everyone, and you're just some researcher, but you also have a child. So you have to choose if you want to spend your day playing with your child or doing research to try and save the world. But if you spent every day doing research and ignored your little kid, then you'd survive. Otherwise, you just die. I forget what it was called. One Chance, maybe? One Chance feels about right. How much of the way through the game are we? Apparently I've only explored 19%, but according to this list we're almost halfway through. When the length of a game is unclear, it's often difficult to gauge where to chop up the runs, so to speak. Because I don't have a long play that I just get done in one go, even if accidentally. Oh dear. Although, I just got an achievement saying that I have completed Chapter 1, so... Is it longer? Is it shorter? Heavens knows. This game is taking a real grotesque turn, and I do like it. This really juxtaposes against the cute pixel art as well. Vomiting over the text. And I'm not so keen on the idea that I'm harvesting her vomit, though. Is that going to be used on something? Perhaps it's best not to know. Does your life bore you? Does your inner beast long for battle, blood and guts? No and yes. Alright. right, so I guess we... How do I do that exchange? Ah, okay. No more flailing around with little sticks and stones weapons. Now we have actual weapons. Power of gun. Yeah, here's our namby-pamby stuff. Here's the actual artillery. And now it looks like our little light bulbs are actually becoming a real currency. Insecticide, rifle, metal bow, explosion staff! That is good. That's really good. Okay, tell you what, I am going to save up here. The game seems to have taken a very sudden turn. I'll concede, it wasn't looking... Okay, it looked great. It wasn't playing so great, but now I really like what the game's doing with itself. We'll cut it off here and explore where it's going with this in the next stream of it. It's a little early for the punishment game, though. I think I had more time set aside for this than I had planned.